Working on a Gottlieb Orbit. I took the playfield out, went through all the relays on the bottom panel to make sure that they have switch stacks are tight and have proper adjustment. Checked all the switch stacks on the score motor for the same. Went through the player bank. Again, made sure everything had a good wiping motion on all the switches. Did all that. Went to the back box. Did similar things here. Cleaned up the stepper or the player stepper unit and all the associated switch stacks here for player 1, 2, 3, 4, and the reset stack way in the back. Went through all the relays, make sure they had good adjustment. Put the game on free play by closing this switch up here permanently. So we're ready to kind of do some testing now. I've got scores on all the scores. I'm going to go ahead and start a game. They should all reset. And it does, and we're ready for player 1. So we got one player up. Player 1, also ball 1. Everything reset. I can come back here and hit the 1-point relay and make sure that everything moves and that the score reels carry over. And then tens, these for tens, hundreds, and thousands. Okay, and then I can advance the player unit one step and do the same thing for player 2. And then advance the player unit and go to player 3. We've got scores on all the reels again. I can hit reset again and make sure everything resets again. Okay, I'm good to go. I can actually add some players too if I want to see. Okay, and we're ready to put the playfield in and test. The one interesting playfield feature is as you hit the spinner, what the game does is it advances around, you orbit the Earth, and then what that does is every time you go around, it advances the bonus unit one position. So this is a real important feature of the game, this spinner, and to be able to move that circle around to give you more bonus. Well, there's a problem. Almost every one of these orbits I work on, what happens is under the playfield, if I lift this guy up for you, under the playfield sitting right there, which is now removed, is in what's known as an AS relay. Now an AS relay is these guys right here. These are just small mechanical relays that instead of having a big giant stepper unit, they're just like little mini stepper units. See, they advance like that. And this one has a set of switches in it here too to change certain playfield features as the unit advances. Now this one is working fine, but if you notice on one side here, if I can get close and hopefully you can focus in good, you can see all the burn marks and the traces. All those little black spots, that isn't carbon. Those are actually burns through the copper. So what happens is that it means that as the spinner goes around, it advances this unit, and as it comes around, it then gets to a certain point and advances the bonus unit right there and gives you more bonus. But the traces are so burned off the board, it's just not going to work anymore. So now I have another AS relay. This one was in the back of the game, and this one's used for the match. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transplant the match bakelite plate over to the spinner bakelite plate. Basically reverse them, because who cares if the match doesn't work or not, but this one is very important. So what I've done is loosen these two screws, and then this whole plate just lifts off, and I'm just going to transplant the whole thing. So all I got to do is desolder all these points on both of these AS relays and just switch them. So now I have the good board transplanted over to the spinner AS relay, and I have the bad one here with all the burn marks in it that I'm getting ready to transplant onto the match. So I got the new bakelite plate transplanted over to the spinner AS relay, and the crappy one transplanted over to the match. Now I just got to reinstall them in the game and see how it works. Okay, so we're ready for our test. Scores reels clear, all the shooter lane. Now here is the gig. The spinner moves the light around, and then the bonus advances. So watch, the spinner will go all the way around, the light will go all the way around due to the spinner and advance the bonus. And that's the whole game, is the spinner and the light going around, orbiting around the Earth and advancing the Earth. And then of course, advancing the bonus, and then of course you've got a bury target. Depending on how hard you hit it, it also advances the bonus too. So you get thousands of points and bonus advances too. So this game has a couple of nice little features. Not a ton of stuff going on, but a fair amount. Plays pretty good.